I think we can all agree the stock shotgun is a pretty solid weapon. 6 shots up to 90 damage each, holding a potential 540 damage in your back pocket is nothing to scoff at. Everyone has that one name for it, I don't even need to say it. For Arsonist and Trooper, it's a versatile secondary either for additional damage while your victims burn to death, or a last resort when you run out of rockets. Mechanic makes good use of it as a basic primary with no fancy gizmos or gadgets that have their fair share of downsides. But this fat ass? This guy would rather bring a Mickey D's Big Mac into combat over a shotgun. And the craziest part? It's the most sensible choice. When you're taking the brunt of the damage on your team, it's quite handy to have a med pack easily accessible at all times, especially one you can share with teammates. Don't get me wrong, a shotgun and brute can still be quite powerful. Fat Scout is a subclass for a reason, but free health is just too valuable to give up. So what if we just had a healing shotgun? It doesn't take a genius to come up with the idea of combining the shotgun with the lunchbox items. It's been done before, like with the sub-sandwich shotgun, a heavy secondary from the custom TF2 weapons server, which is most likely what inspired the sub-shotgun. Not only do the two guns look like a clear case of copyright infringement, but they both serve the same purpose, a shotgun that heals you. Similar to the sub-shotgun, the sub-sandwich has only 4 shots and gives less health from all sources, but on top of that, also has a 25% slower firing speed and 10% slower reload speed. Now that's a lot of downsides just for one upside, but it's one of the most powerful stats I've ever seen. 100% of damage dealt is returned as health. This is broken. There's a reason all health on hit weapons give only a small amount of health back. Because trying to deal damage to someone who's just healing it back is a huge pain in the ass.
Okay, it wasn't a good idea. he's won! No!
Now consider this shotgun doesn't even have a damage nerf. That means you're getting healed up to 90 health per shot. Since a lot of weapons deal around 100, that's a huge chunk of damage you're completely negating. Theoretically, a fight between two of these heavies would just never end. Now the smaller clip size, slower reload speed, and especially the slower firing speed should, on paper, balance this out, but you only need those 4 shots to take out any non-overhealed enemy in the game, and you'll probably still heal back most of the damage you take, despite the downsides. You just immediately win any and all 1v1s. So obviously, when porting this to typical colors, it needed a bit of a rework. And so that's what it got, scrapping the slower firing and reload speed attributes and having it drop a median health pack on kill instead of health on hit, along with 90% less healing from all sources while active. But this is still really strong. As I said, 4 shots is all you need to take care of every class, and the less healing seems scary at first until you realize you can just holster it and it doesn't apply anymore. You can still be pocketed by a doctor as you gun everyone down with your minigun. And speaking of pockets, because it drops a team-only health pack, it's a really good option for healing not only your doctor, but anyone else in your team too, considering the whole no cooldown thing. If you time it right, the 90% less health from sources is irrelevant if you're just pulling it out to get your doc a heal, as it doesn't apply to overheal. Take damage while overhealed and it'll be regenerated as fast as usual. The downside seems mostly for pocketing sub-shotgun fat scouts, so if you're just running normal brute, it's perfect for topping up your doc after a fight. You know, if they realize it's there in the first place. But I know what you're saying. When playing without a pocket, it'd be a risk to use it when I need it, because when I need it is at low health. And I get it. For both lunchbox items and the sub-sandwich, you'll be vulnerable trying to heal. One locked into an unstoppable animation, and the other needing to get into a fight at low health. But you could always just do this. Yeah, this is kind of the most powerful part of the sub-shotgun and it has nothing to do with it. Shred an enemy until they're really low, then quickly switch to the shotgun to top up your health. And on top of that, it drops a health pack that stays for 20 seconds. Get a kill at full health and then come back to it when you're low. Doing this also gives your team more health packs to use in case they need them, especially since the enemy team can't pick them up. And don't get me started on using this on Fat Scout. Like I said earlier, Fat Scout is a decent choice to play, and using the sub-shotgun makes it all the more powerful, especially tied with the fist for the reload speed buff. You don't have to worry about your health in the slightest, just make sure you can aim well and you'll always be completely healed. So this shotgun drops a team-only medium med pack after every kill, and its only meaningful downside is it has 2 less shots. Why do I barely see anyone use it? Well, as powerful as it is, there are 2 big reasons why, and they have nothing to do with the shotgun itself. But as good as the sub-shotgun is, the miniguns are superior in pretty much every situation. Why risk a chance to miss your shots when you can shred through your enemies with an unending stream of bullets? As good as it is to get half your health back on every kill, it's just much more convenient to always have your minigun out, and the usual reasons for not using a shotgun or brute are still prevalent. Your minigun will never need to reload, it does a lot more damage than a shotgun in a shotgun's ideal range, and it's often more beneficial to rev up than to switch to your shotgun. And you remember that thing I mentioned about bringing the enemy down low enough before switching and how powerful it is? Admittedly, a lot of the time you just end up killing them before you get a chance. Just imagine the sub-shotgun on any of the other classes and think about how easy it'd be for Trooper or Arsonist to take advantage of it, supplementing the damage with a rocket launcher and flamethrower with the sub-shotgun and getting half their health back on every kill. As good as the sub-shotgun is, it's just so much more convenient to use your minigun most of the time.
Home.
Despite the sub-shotgun living up to everything the lunchbox items can do, what with giving you a large amount of health and healing your team, all without a cooldown, it's that needing a kill part that I believe turns people away. When you just got out of a fight and could really use the health, it's so much easier to have that lunchbox item on hand instead of needing to go into another fight for a chance at healing. If you're most likely never going to use your secondary slot for combat, since the minigun can do it all well enough, it's a pretty easy choice to have your secondary be a dependable utility option for guaranteed health instead, not only for you but any teammates that need it. Despite my love for the sub-shotgun, I will always be thankful for the brutes that toss me a lunchbox item when I need it, and unfortunately, the sub-shotgun just doesn't have that going for it. But even with the reasons why you wouldn't use this thing, I still think it's easily the strongest weapon in all of Typical Colors too, and my easy go-to is my brute secondary in pretty much every situation. I know I said that the minigun is pretty much superior in every fight, and while it's true, those few times where the sub-shotgun comes in clutch is so rewarding, especially with the huge chunk of health you get from it. It's so satisfying to whip this out and get a kill that you otherwise wouldn't have, with a nice 150 health on top of it to boot. And often, since it's already out, sometimes I just keep on going and find myself tearing through the other team better than a minigun can, since I basically never need to retreat. What other weapon in the game lets you fight an Annihilator, a Brute, another Brute, a Trooper, and a Flanker and leave with full health? Who needs to dodge when you're practically invincible? It's unfortunate that this video might put the sub-shotgun into the crosshairs of what the devs might nerf next, and I need to emphasize how much it doesn't need one. As much as I praise it, nobody uses the dang thing, and all it takes to kill a sub-shotgun brute is a bit of focus fire. If I was going to change anything, I'd suggest needing to unrev before switching weapons, as that's where a lot of the strength lies, and I think the needing to unrev to switch thing is a big part of heavy balancing. But that isn't even sub-shotgun specific. As for that, I think a no overheal stat is a decent choice, as you're trading that extra health you could have for health on kill. But again, I don't think the sub-shotgun needs a nerf. I rarely see anyone use it. So on that note, I have to recommend everyone try a little bit of shotgun brute, especially with the sub-shotgun, and see for yourself just how fun it can be. One of the best parts being that very few will expect you to have a shotgun equipped.
Call a doctor! Call a doctor! But not for me.
However, the shotgun secondary doesn't fit some people's playstyles like it does mine. I am the kind to go for another fight for that extra health, and I am the kind to die trying. Oh, and before I forget, give me credit for healing teammates and let me put the healing done Strangifier to my strange sub-shotgun. Maybe give the drop burger package a team color so your teammates know they could use it. That's all though, so get out there while the sub-shotgun's still the strongest weapon in the game and become the greatest Uber Eats delivery man of all time. Oh, that reminds me, isn't there another brute weapon that heals you? Oh yeah, that thing. Fucking stupid piece of shit, garbage ass. Can't pepper people from far away without taking a ton of damage, and you just